Good afternoon, guys. It is May 25th, 2021. On this video here, I want to talk to you about just something that I've noticed in our society. Um, First of all, I'm just gonna say this as a disclaimer. I am not trying to tell people how to be a parent or what to do. Okay, I've never been a parent. I've never raised kids. I've never done any of that. Okay, but this is something I'm going to say. A lot of this has to do with just common sense and just being respectful and being aware. Um, I've noticed in our culture that parents really have not held their kids accountable and taught them well. And unfortunately, that has, just festered up into this major issue in society where we have adults that are just, I, I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to be offensive or harsh, but it has come to the point where we have adult adults that are acting like entitled children right now. And part of that is parents. I'm talking to you parents out there. If you are not willing to hold your kids accountable and teach them to be responsible and to be respectful, you are the main problem with this. Because if you're not teaching your kids to be responsible and training them up in a way where they will be responsible and respectful adults in society. I hear this all the time. People say, like, oh, well, they're just kids, just let them do what they're going to do. They're only kids for like 15 to 18 years. And then, you know, those kids become adults. If you don't teach them from the very beginning what is expected of them and how to be respectful and hold them accountable from the very beginning, it's going to be a nightmare later down the road. And the other thing I want to talk about is I've seen a lot of parents who don't expect their kids to do chores. And this can go two ways, but I want to first of all say this. If they are your children and they are a part of your household and your family, they have a responsibility to do their part in the house, to keep things clean and keep things going. They don't have to do everything, but there is no reason that they shouldn't be able to help with little things around the house. Um, and there is definitely no reason that they shouldn't be able to take care of their own bedroom, at the very least. I mean, we've had this whole generation of parents that have just spoiled their kids and have not held them accountable, and it really has made a big mess in our culture because we have all these entitled adults now that are moving out. And if they don't get, if there's just one thing that they don't get that they want, they throw a fit. And that is not okay. The bottom line is, you parents are responsible for teaching your kids to be responsible. And, you know, this is the one thing I'm going to say. Lord help us if we actually have a major catastrophe. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen, and I'm not trying to scare people. But if we had a major catastrophe where we couldn't get just anything and everything we wanted, Lord help us with these entitled people. Because I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these people. Because, you know, you have got to be responsible and hold your kids accountable, because this is just, it is wrong to not teach your kids to be responsible. And I understand that there are some exceptions. You know, some kids have disabilities that limit them in what they can understand and all that stuff, and I'm not talking about those kinds of people. I understand disabilities. I have had, you know, some experience with seeing some parents with, you know, certain disability, you know, kids that it takes them a little longer for them to teach them, and I understand that. I understand that. I'm not talking about those kinds of people, okay? And me personally, I have a few disabilities that limit how quickly I can do things and learn things and stuff. And, you know, I get that, okay? But, you know, there should be no excuse to at least try to point your kids in the right direction, because it's not only going to help them, but it's also going to help you, because then they're not, you know, expecting you to do everything as you get older. I mean, it's just common sense. So, anyway, that's kind of one of my rants, I guess you could say. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.